Hello dear students, welcome to EduHunt video lecture series, and I hope you are all doing well. And this is Lata Krishna dealing with biology sessions. In this session, we are going to answer multiple choice questions based on food chain. We already discussed about food chain and the various stages. The stage is called as trophic level in food chain. Food chain, what is a food chain and what is the ultimate goal of food chain and how the energy lost by one organism or the group of organisms in a single trophic level and how it is going to the next trophic level. All these things we have discussed in detail in the previous session. These questions are based on actually those concepts. If you understand and if you learn the concept well, then only you can answer while reading the question simply twice or sometimes only once. We can read the question only once and can answer straight away. It will help you to understand the question well and also to answer the questions exactly in your future examinations. Anyway, all the best. Let's move on to the topic. That is the first question in this multiple choice question based illustration. Identify the possible link A in the following food chain. Actually, the food chain is, the given food chain is plant to insect and then insect to frog, frog to a, plant to insect, insect to frog and then frog to a to eagle. Yes, this is the link of the food chain given here. In this link, we need to find out what is A. A is, it's not rabbit because rabbit it cannot eat frog, it do not eat frog. And wolf, parrot, cobra. Among this, cobra is a snake. Snake eats frog. Of the total incident solar radiation, the proportion of PAR is nothing but photosynthetically active radiation. Photosynthetically active radiation is, it is about nearly it is 50%. 50% of the solar radiation that is reaching the earth is essential, that is useful for the photosynthesis. Only the 50% of the solar radiation is useful for the photosynthesis for plants, and remaining 50% will be reflected or going back into the universe or to the atmosphere. Most animals that live in deep oceanic waters are, deep oceanic waters, the animals are of detritivores, because in the deeper layers actually life is impossible. The dead remains, plant remains and also the animal remains that settle at the bottom. And there are no other organisms in the bottom of the sea, in deep waters. There the detritivores, actually the saprophytes live there, and they cause the breakdown of these dead bodies, and they simplify the complex compounds and they mix up with the soil present at the bottom. Yeah, the correct answer is detritivores are present in deep waters of oceans. If 20 joule of energy is trapped at producer level, then how much energy will be available to peacock as food in the following chain? Yes, plant is trapping solar energy and plant has 20 joules. According to Lindman law, only 10% of the energy will go to the next trophic level. Remember this point. 90% will go waste, will be lost into the surroundings. Only 10% of the energy will go to the next trophic level. That means out of 20 joules, only 2 joules will go to mice, and from this mice, 10% of 2 is 0.2 joules to snake, and then to peacock 0.02 joules. 0.02 joules. That is, answer is 0.02 joules. That is, first option is correct here. Because only 10% of the energy that is present in one trophic level will go to the next level. This is very, very essential bit. Bamboo plant is growing in a fir forest. Then what will be the trophic level of it? First trophic level, second, third and fourth. Bamboo is a plant. Always plants are autotrophs, and autotrophs, they fall in the first category, that is producers, and the first trophic level, that is A. A is the correct option. Always the autotrophs occupy the first trophic level in the food chain. That is very, very important point. Make a note on this point. Always the autotrophs, whether they are algae or higher plants or thallophytes, they occupy the first level in the, that is first trophic level in the food chain. Which is the reason for highest biomass in aquatic ecosystem? Aquatic ecosystem, that is nanoplankton, blue-green algae and green algae, all these are aquatic forms and all these are autotrophs. Seagrass and slime molds. Seagrass is autotroph. Benthic and brown algae. Here, benthic forms are the bottom dwellers. They may be heterotrophs or saprophytes. Diatoms. Among these, the first is the correct option. That is nanoplankton, blue-green algae and green algae. All these, they synthesize the food material. They act as the primary producers in the ecosystem or in the food chain. Energy transfer from one trophic level to the next or to other in a food chain is, that is, we know the answer. Answer is 10%. Only 10% of the energy will be transferred to the next generation. Which one of the following animals may occupy more than one trophic level in the same ecosystem at the same time? That is sparrow, goat, lion, frog. Goat, we know that it is herbivore. Lion is a carnivore. Sparrow, frog. Which one of the following animals may occupy more than one trophic levels? More than one trophic levels may be occupied by, here it is frog. Frog may be food for lion and it may be food for even a snake. That is why it is occupied by more than one levels in the ecosystem. These are anyway sparrow and goat. These are truly herbivores. Frog eats small insects like grasshoppers. Even it eats caterpillars like that. Even lion is a carnivore. It eats goat, deer like that. It is a carnivore. Though frog is not a herbivore, but it can occupy more than one trophic levels in the ecosystem. Which one of the following types of organisms occupy more than one trophic level in a pond ecosystem? That is fish, because fish eats small fish. Big fish eats small fish, and even it eats phytoplankton and zooplankton also. Zooplankton especially. So that is why it occupies more than one trophic levels in the aquatic ecosystem. In a biotic community, the primary consumers are detritivores, carnivores, herbivores, omnivores. Primary consumers are nothing but these are animals that act as food for the next trophic level, but they cannot synthesize food, but they act as food for the next trophic level. After primary producers, these are present. Primary producers are always autotrophs or plants. Herbivores are true vegetarians. They eat plant and plant material like insects, even cow, goat, all these are herbivores, as they eat only the plants or plant materials, and they serve as the food for the next trophic level, that is carnivores or the secondary consumers. Primary consumers, while explaining the concept, I have clearly mentioned that herbivores they have more names, like they are primary consumers, they are secondary producers and herbivores. These are the names given to herbivores. Herbivores are primary consumers and secondary producers in the trophic level, in the food chain. The dominant second trophic level in a lake ecosystem is the dominant second trophic level. Second trophic level is always primary producers or herbivores or the animals which depend on plants. Phytoplankton is the first trophic level. They occupy the first trophic level, and zooplankton, that is the answer. The dominant second trophic level. Zooplankton occupy the second trophic level in the food chain. Food chain in which microorganisms break down the food formed by primary producers is, that is detritus food chain. Detritus food chain is nothing but that is the food chain that starts with primary producers, and when these primary producers are dead, that is plants, when plants are dead, they act as food for the saprophytes like bacteria, fungi. This kind of food chain is known as detritus food chain, as these plant remains act as food for the microorganisms like bacteria. In a terrestrial ecosystem such as forest, maximum energy is in which trophic level? And keep in your mind that in any kind of ecosystem, always the maximum amount of energy remains in the first trophic level itself, that is producers. In any kind of ecosystem, as per the Lindman's 10% law, the energy trapped or energy that is obtained by one organism, it transfers the energy to the next organism that is present in the next level only 10%. That means it has the previous trophic level, the organism in the previous trophic level has 90% more energy than the next one. Only 10% of the energy has the next trophic level. That is why highest energy is stored in the first trophic level. And what is the percentage of energy present in the last trophic level? That depends on the length of the food chain, the stages in the food chain, that is trophic levels in the food chain. If the length of the food chain is more, then the highest, that is the top positioned organism will receive very little quantity of the energy. If the food chain length is little, it is small, then the energy that is transferred from one trophic level, that is the first trophic level, to the last one will be more when compared to the chain length is more. The short chained food chain have more energy. అది మనం ఎలా షో చేస్తామంటే, if there is T1, T2, T3, T4 and this food chain ends with T4 and there is another food chain that ends with T3. If there is another food chain that ends with T5, then which has the highest energy in this is T3, this food chain. If we mark them as 1, 2, 3, then the second food chain, because as it is smallest or shorter chain, it has more energy. As per the previous question, if this has 20 joules, it will have, the T2 has 2 and it has only 0.2. If the same amount, if we take the same amount 20 joules, then 20 joules to 0.2, then it is 0.02. If in this order, in this food chain, it will be 0.002, isn't it? That is why if the length of the chain increases, the amount of energy that is fixed in the, that is stored in the last trophic level will be least, very least. The 10% energy transfer law of food chain was given by Lindemann. Pick up the correct food chain. Grass, chameleon. Chameleon is lizard, garden lizard. Tonda antam kada? Tonda. Okay. Garden lizard, insect, bird. Because garden lizard feeds on insect, not the insect eats the chameleon. So it is wrong. Grass, fox, rabbit, fish. It is also wrong because fox cannot eat grass. Phytoplankton, zooplankton, fish. It is correct because phytoplankton serves as food for the zooplankton and zooplankton as food for fish. Fallen leaves, bacteria, insect larvae. It is also wrong. The correct option is C. What is true of ecosystem? Primary consumers are least dependent upon producers. Primary consumers outnumber. Producers are more than primary consumers. Secondary consumers are the largest and most powerful. So, producers are more than primary consumers. This is the correct option. Which ecosystem has the maximum biomass? Grassland, lake, pond, forest. Forest ecosystem has the, it is a direct question, it has the highest biomass. Which one of the following is not used for construction of ecological pyramid? That is fresh weight, because only if we take the fresh weight, we will consider the water content also. The water content varies with the organism and even with the organ also. So that's why we take the only biomass, dry weight of that individual, or the number of individuals, or the energy that is stored or that is trapped will be taken into consideration and not the fresh weight, because it varies with organism and also organ taken. This is the end of the session, my dear students. We have learned in this session that what is a food chain, the various trophic levels of the food chain, how the food chain varies according to the surrounding environment or according to the habitat, that is the situation where the organisms live. Aquatic ecosystem, and what are the trophic levels of the organic aquatic ecosystem, and also what are the different trophic levels and energy, how it is stored and how it transfers, and what amount of energy transfer to the next trophic level we have discussed, and different food chains also asked in this multiple choice questions. I hope you did well and also enjoyed this session while doing answering, and I hope you all easily understand the concept, because these are all we come across in our daily life. Because if we see through our window, so many flies fly and also so many ants we see. Some of the organisms will catch up these ants, will catch up these flies. We always watch these things even surrounding us, and even in TVs and videos also. So it is not, I think it is not a big task for us, for you to deal with. Anyway, if you have any doubt, just read out the entire that what we call the concept or the paragraph related to that. Then if you feel little bit tough regarding the concept, you slow down the video, you pause the video, and you can understand well. Otherwise, you can take up the questions, number of questions. You can take up the quiz, multiple choice questions number of times. With this, I finished my session, and goodbye, my dear children.